Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we are working on setting up some filter stuff. So this is what I was talking about, setting up for a filter unit instead of running a centrifuge or that type of thing. So I have this filter, I have a different base. It's in the parts washer right at the moment. I just shut the parts washer off for a minute here. So we're gonna mount this pump. That's that pump that I was talking about. For you guys, I will put a link in the description. I will put a link in the description for all of this stuff. If you guys want to use my Amazon link, help the channel out. If not, there's the part numbers. You can find it however you would like. So this is the pump that I'll be using. This is going to be the after filter. So this is going to be the last filter in the system. And then we're going to be using a big filter, which I'll show you in a minute. But basically, this is what I'm going to mount it to, is this cart, just for the time being. I'm not getting carried away. I'm literally going to use pieces of wood to hold everything, because it's not going to be staying on here. This is just a temporary thing, just for me to set up for you guys. I might end up, maybe we'll see how well it works. I might end up putting it in a tote, so that if I'm out on the road and we need fuel, then we can stop somewhere and maybe get some oil. So we'll see how good it works. So let's get after it here. I got to figure out, I need some different fittings, because the fittings I have they worked in my head, but they don't work in what we're doing. So I need to change some of the fittings. So we're going to get everything mounted up. We'll figure out what fittings we need. I'll get those tomorrow, which will be in the same video as this one. And we'll get it all mounted up, and we're going to give her a whirl and try it out. But that will be, probably won't even be tomorrow, because I'm busy tomorrow night. Day after, but it'll be all in one video for you guys. So I'm going to put you guys on the stand. Thought I'd come and just talk a little bit. So this is the tight filter, which is kind of like the cat, I don't know, whatever number it is, I'll put it up here, filter. So this is going to be our last pass. So this will be right to tank. Like I said, I'm not getting carried away making this thing, because this is temporary for me. But if you guys wanted to build something like this, you could make it permanent. It's just, I don't want to spend a bunch of time and a bunch of money putting this together when I know I'm going to tear it apart. But this is the big filter, which is, obviously you can see the difference between the two. There's quite a difference. And basically the only difference, when it really comes down to it, is this is 10 microns absolute. That's supposed to be, I believe, 2 microns absolute. But this will hold a lot more junk, right? Just the filter media is like probably 4 times, maybe more than that filter, right? So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this to about right there. I'm going to put a hole through there, and I mounted the pump on the backside. So I was trying to figure out where I was going to mount the pump. So the line will just come out of, you know, right here probably. Come up into there, out of here, and into there. So I'm going to get a piece of wood. I got to drill some holes. I'm using this dirty old piece of wood. We're going to drill some holes in this, like so that we can mount this to this, and then mount this to that. So here we go. so we got the pump all hooked up. We got full tank of black diesel right there, and I don't have anything that's clean enough, in my opinion, to be running through this, because the stuff that we have left now is just garbage. So I don't want to run it through these filters and plug the filters up. But this is stuff that's already been run through the centrifuge once, and then I put some diesel fuel and some gas and some other stuff that I had. So we got like 1,000 liters there, so like 275 gallons. I haven't started this yet, hasn't primed. I filled this fuel filter with diesel fuel that I had, just to help prime the system, obviously. And Jason is just going to hold the 1 gallon jug. I want to see how fast it pumps, because I don't know how fast it's going to pump, but we'll find out here in a second. I should just stand over here so get in view. Okay, so we'll turn this thing on, see how long it primes, how long it takes to prime. See if the pump works.
We're getting action here. I'm getting water and fluid, yeah.
Are you getting diesel fuel?
Yeah, smells diesel. Jesus Christ, that thing's working pretty good.
Wow, it's just pumping diesel fuel, right?
Your oil now.
Wow, it wasn't too bad for the first time I had to fill up. Supposed to do three gallons a minute, I think is what it's supposed to do. Throw in the tank.
Okay.
So we're gonna pump some juice into the truck here, because we got to go pick up another truck, because I'm like that apparently. One that I bought a long time ago. Turn her on, see, pump some in there. Ready?
Yep.
Looks like it's flowing pretty good.
Oh, wow, it's smoking.
Yeah, it's working pretty good for a cheap pump. All right, so our makeshift filter setup is functional. I don't know how good it works as filtering stuff just yet, but we are going to pump some diesel or some juice into here. And yeah, that's actually something else I think we're going to do on the next, when I build the new tank for this, is I'm actually going to put cam locks on the tank itself, so that when we go to pump everything in, we can actually just hook a cam lock up and not have to screw around with anything. I think that's a good idea. So we are going to pump out a bunch of that into that. So when we go to, well, we got to take trailer off, go get another truck. When we go to do that tomorrow, we have fuel to burn. So I think that's it for this one. I'll come back after we get done, see how long it takes, see how it works. This thing's supposed to be 3 gallons a minute, I think it was. Probably says on the tag. Supposed to be 3.2 gallons a minute, which I don't know if it'll pump that much or not, but and then it's got to pull through that filter, push through the other filter, and it's pumping engine oil, well, black diesel-ish. Not enough diesel fuel in it yet, but anyways, we'll come back to you when you get it pumped out. All right, guys, so we got about 100 or so liters pumped in there out of the tote. Pretty close anyways. I see that I'm making a bit of a mess. But anyways, everything worked perfect, no problems or any of that stuff. And it took like 11, what'd you say, 11 minutes?
Yeah, 11 minutes.
About 11 minutes to do 100 liters. So that's pretty good as far as I'm concerned, especially running, like I said, through this filter and that filter. And it's not an expensive pump. That's that super cheap pump. So now that we got that all set up, I'm going to get some cam locks and stuff just to make it a little more user friendly. But we are going to have to do some testing. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to, I got some more oil that I have to go get. We got to get another tote in here so we can transfer and blah, blah, blah. But we're going to do some testing with it. I don't know if it's going to be this week or if it'll be next week. So just, if you're watching this video not in 2022, then it'll be probably the next couple videos in this playlist. So, like, subscribe, hit me down in the comments, and remember, it's not rocket science.